So why do you want to kill me?
I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? Go back and ripping off mob dealers? No. You complete me.
Welcome back to the Real Screen Team. I'm Andrew Thomas. I'm here with fellow Batman Christopher Johnson.
Hello, everyone.
Our fellow Joker. We're talking about our Batmanathon with the greatest Batman movie of them all, The Dark Knight.
Yes. I mean, what more do we have to say? Let's just get into this.
All right.
The Dark Knight is a 2008 superhero film based on the DC Comics character Batman. The Dark Knight is the second installment of Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy, and a sequel to 2005's Batman Begins. The film was directed, co-produced, and co-written by Christopher Nolan. Nolan's screenplay, written with Jonathan Nolan, is based on a story written by Nolan and David S. Goyer. The film stars Christian Bale once again as Batman, alongside Michael Kane, Heath Ledger, Gary Oldman, Aaron Eckhart, Maggie Gyllenhaal, and Morgan Freeman. The Dark Knight is considered one of the best films of its decade and one of the greatest and most influential films of all time. It is the fourth highest grossing film of all time, grossing over $1 billion, and received 8 nominations at the 81st Academy Awards, winning Best Sound Editing and Best Supporting Actor for Heath Ledger. In 2020, the film was selected for preservation by the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress. The second only superhero film to get that honor, the first one being Superman. And once again, forever, this film is acknowledged as the biggest snub for Best Picture in Academy Award history. This film should have been nominated for Best Picture. It was that good. It would have won Best Picture, but it wasn't even nominated. The disrespect.
Want to get a synopsis?
Sure. Batman, Police Lieutenant James Gordon, and District Attorney Harvey Dent form an alliance to dismantle organized crime in Gotham City, but are menaced by an anarchist mastermind known as the Joker, who seeks to undermine Batman's influence and throw the city of Gotham into chaos.
It's still a great movie.
Yes, it still holds up after all these years. It had been some time since I had last seen it, and it's still all the chef kisses.
Christian Bale still great.
Yes, he's definitely grown more into the role of Bruce Wayne, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. He definitely feels more like Brucey Wayne. Mm-hmm. I definitely truly fully see him as Bruce Wayne, and I do truly fully see him as Batman. He has fully encapsulated the role. The one problem, dear God, his Batman voice has gone south. I mean, I'm not wearing hockey pads. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Dear God, what were you... Nolan, what were you doing? Did you direct this man? What was he doing? Oh my God, Christian Bale, what were you doing? That was not your Batman voice a few years ago.
I doubt that they rewatched the last movie to get ready for this.
I mean, good Lord.
Yeah, but...
He was so gravelly and nasally.
And Bruce faces much more heartbreak when he loses the girl that he loves twice.
Yeah. He thought that, once he was done saving Gotham once and for all, which... Did he really think that was going to be a thing? Come on, man. It's Gotham City. It's a bit dramatic. It's never going to be safe once and for all. That Rachel would wait for him. But no. She didn't. She found a better option. Mm-hmm. Or so she thought.
Yeah.
But despite gravelly voice, Christian Bale definitely did do a good job. I mean, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. I felt sorry for him with the heartbreak when he loses Rachel, literally, in the mid-film.
Yeah. Oof. But why don't we go into his loyal butler once again? Michael Caine as Alfred Pennyworth.
Yep.
This is definitely Michael Caine at his best when it comes to his acting. Mm-hmm. Even though maybe he goes a bit too speechy or soliloquy, but for the most part, I really like Michael Caine in this.
Yeah. He's the one who gets the Joker.
Yeah, he understands that, no, there's nothing Joker really wants. He just wants to spread anarchy and chaos. Mm-hmm. He's an agent of chaos. Mm-hmm. He knows that he just wants to see the world burn. Mm-hmm. I mean, after, he had spent time trying to find that jewel thief, and the dude was just stealing the jewels and then just discard them because it was just good sport. It's just something to do.
Mm-hmm. Of course, he was protective of Bruce when Rachel decided to go give him a Dear John letter.
Yeah.
And decides to burn it.
Yeah. I mean, he was going to give Bruce the letter, but he was like, another time. Mm-hmm. Another time.
Which is next movie.
Yeah. But I guess we're talking about the loyal butler. Mm-hmm. I mean, we should just go into the biggie himself. Yeah. Heath Ledger as the Joker. What more do we have to say? We already know how fantastic this man was at playing this role.
Although, when I first heard the casting, I was like, well, the people who were like, he doesn't seem right for the role because I was so used to his comedies and also Brokeback Mountain came out, so I was like worried. I'm like, oh no. Yeah,
I was mainly reminded by Brokeback Mountain. I was like, oh no, they're bringing in the gay Australian guy, the guy who played the Australian guy who played the gay guy. And I was a bit taken aback by the idea of his makeup, but once you see it in action, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. And it definitely fits a much more realistic feel. In my kind of headcanon, Joker was most likely a soldier who lost his mind after seeing all the destruction in Iraq and probably did that to himself. but may not fully remember why he did it. And that's why he now wants to spread anarchy and chaos, because he saw anarchy and chaos in war, and the average common person just thought that that's just how the plan goes. That's according to plan.
Of course, he does great killing all of his henchmen for the joke of it.
Yeah, which, hey, that does
And wearing the
that is smart if you want a bigger cut.
and that does and he does wear one of the masks that Caesar Romero wears in the '60s show.
Yeah, the classic crying clown mask.
Yeah, at the beginning of the movie, and then he convinces Harvey Dent to go embrace the chaos.
Yeah.
And he was all. My favorite scene with him and Batman is the interrogation scene that we did for the cold open.
Oh yeah, that is definitely some of the best acting Heath Ledger does in this film. Mm-hmm. I mean, other than maybe the first, maybe besides when he meets all the various criminals of Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
And I would probably say when he goes to Harvey at the hospital. Mm-hmm. But yes, the interrogation scene, just perfection. And also on top of it, you got to give Heath Ledger all the credit, because every time we see him get hit, whether it's his head hitting the table, his hand getting hit, him getting thrown around and punched by Batman, that's actually happening. He's actually getting beaten up by Christian Bale. And he told Christian Bale to do it because he wanted it to be as real and authentic as possible.
And we also get a bit of a killing joke by Joker telling his origin story in multiple choice.
Yeah.
To each person that he tried to kill.
Yeah. Whether he was talking about, his father doing it to him.
Yep. And then his girlfriend or wife.
His wife getting horribly beaten up by
we never get the third one.
By loan sharks.
Yeah, he never gets the third one because Batman, no, this is how you.
But I know how I got. I know how you got these.
So we never get the third one. I would have liked to have heard that interesting story while Batman was playing his thing.
Yeah.
But that was the whole quippy comeback for Batman.
Yeah. Very apropos for their dynamic.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really does make me sad that we never got to see Heath Ledger maybe do more in the role.
Yeah, that was the sad part, and he won us over after all of our skepticism. Just like Michael Keaton won many Bat fans before.
Yeah. Just more proof that if you question a person being given the role, mm-hmm. they're probably the best person for the role.
For the most part.
Yeah. Jared Leto aside.
All right.
Well, with talking about the biggest bad, why don't we talk about the ally that ends up falling into villainy? Mm-hmm. Aaron Eckhart as Harvey Dent, a.k.a. Two-Face. Best portrayal of Harvey Dent in any film.
Yep. He does have... Yeah, he became my mom's favorite character in the movie before she found out that he becomes a villain in the movie. When we saw this in theater, she felt actually sad that he became a villain. And
I felt the same way for Harvey, even though I knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
That kind of makes it all the sadder because he didn't show that he had that other personality. He just was.
They only showed it once.
Yeah, and that was when it was pushed to the brink.
Yeah.
Like the fact that most likely they thought James Gordon was dead.
Yeah.
When the Joker tried to kill the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
And finding out that that he got one of the guys that was all a part of the plan, and he was willing to torture and kill this man to find out information. I don't see it as it being another personality. I see it as him being pushed to the brink.
I think it's sort of similar to the Long Halloween version of it, which they inspire a lot of.
Yeah.
In this one, since Maroni's in it, and Maroni's the one who, in the graphic novel, was the one that makes Two-Face.
Oh, he's the reason why the acid?
Yeah.
Well, dang.
I talked about this in the Batman Forever review.
True.
Like you ask him, how did he ever get that acid? But instead of using acid, he used the gun. And this time, and they only reference it as him orchestrating the Harvey Dent and Rachel dolls being strapped together, Maroni thing. So it was really so Harvey did have his payback by killing the driver. And how did he get out?
Yeah, how in God's name did Harvey get out after that car accident? How? Really? Just a seatbelt saved him from that? When that was enough to kill Maroni? Really? Okay.
And he sort of takes place at the climax as a big bad at the end, when Joker's taken care of.
Yeah.
And I did like the visualness of the visual effects of the face, of the half face that they use with all the special effects, with all the dots and stuff.
For the most part, it still does hold up.
Yeah.
There's only just like a couple moments where, we see the muscle action of like his jaw when talking or yelling, that it may look a little uncanny.
Yeah, and Harvey, before he turns bad, has love, like, and respect for Batman and Gordon. He just doesn't care for Bruce Wayne all that much.
Well, of course.
I
mean, that's the guy that the girl you're gonna marry used to date.
Yeah.
Would you really feel that like type of way with someone that used to date your girl?
Yeah, but then again, well, that's different from the anime series, which are close buds.
Yeah.
And in some comic versions.
Yeah, where they actually were friends.
Yeah.
Knew each other for a while.
Yeah. And this one, he just likes Batman, couldn't care less about Bruce Wayne.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, be friends with the guy that's actually doing good on the streets of Gotham.
Yep, and then to get to the other supporting allies.
Well, once again, Gary Oldman is James Gordon. Fantastic as always.
He does his own Batman gambit by pretending to be dead. I'm not sure how he planned that with everyone. With some of the people who didn't know, like Dent and Batman, they didn't know that he faked his death.
And then let his wife and his children go through the grief of thinking the man is dead.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that by the end of this film, his wife and kids left him.
Yeah.
By the third film.
Yeah, well, also that climax at the end where Harvey...
That's what I'm saying. Faking your death and then being held at gunpoint by Harvey Dent.
But he does get a promotion to the commissioner that we all know him from.
Yes, which I'm very happy about.
And he did help sort of catch the Joker, even though Joker wanted to be caught.
Yeah, it was all a part of his plan.
To get Gordon promoted, that was all part of his plan. That's why he killed the other commissioner by
poisoning his drink, therefore essentially burning his esophagus.
Yeah, and blowing up the judge. Yep, but then let's get to the replacement Rachel Dawes.
Maggie Gyllenhaal as Rachel Dawes.
I
like Maggie Gyllenhaal more than Katie Holmes.
Yeah, me too. My big problem is like some of her lines sometimes goes off as stale occasionally, like when she refers to the previous movie when she was played by Katie. Yeah, Bruce, don't make me the Lincoln for a normal life. That sounded a little stale to me.
Wooden.
Yeah. But for the most part, she was good, except for like one or two lines.
Yeah, a couple line deliveries, but for the most part, she definitely did a good job.
And she got to interact with the guy who kissed her brother that one time.
No, had a full-on affair with her brother.
Well, he's planning to kiss her too, so he was trying to get into the family.
Why, hello, beautiful. Oh, you look nervous. What? Is it the scars?
Yep, and she ends up dying because Joker decided to go. Somehow Joker knew about Maroni's plane and switched the things, which is the question: how the hell did he know about Maroni's plane?
Somehow, some way, I think he knew.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. No one gets past the Joker except for Batman.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I think he knew.
Yeah.
I mean, how many henchmen and whatnot did he end up killing or torturing? To join his crew. I think somehow, some way he knew. Most likely the dude that had the phone in his chest.
Yep. Yep. So, yeah, she rejects Bruce, although she does kiss him once, and then
what the heck?
And then she rejects him again when Bruce decides, hey, I'll let Harvey pretend to be Batman.
Yeah, nearly get him killed.
Yeah. And then she decides to write the Dear John letter before she gets captured and blown up.
Blown up. I mean, like, complete blown up.
And it affects both Bruce. Yep, she's being the catapult for both Bruce and Harvey going two separate ways. Having Bruce still hold on to his sanity while Harvey lose his.
Well, I mean, you lost the love of your life and half your face. So, yeah, I think that would probably break anyone, wouldn't you think?
Yeah. Yep, but
he lost the whole... he lost the whole left side of his face.
Yep. But anyone else that we're missing, or are we...
Well, Morgan Freeman is Lucius Fox.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman's still great.
Yes.
They're more explicit about him knowing Bruce's secret and all that.
And even helping him during one of his missions.
Yep. Although he doesn't like the sort of Batman's
whole surveillance thing.
Yeah.
Using every phone in Gotham. He feels as though that's too much of an invasion of privacy.
But yet going to another country so Batman can go
essentially kidnapped a corrupt individual to bring him back to the jurisdiction that you want him to be charged in. Nah, that's not bad. That's not bad. But being able to see everything via everyone's cell phone, that's too much. Really. Lord have mercy. But, hey, Morgan Freeman's still great.
Yep.
And even helps Batman in, doing some alterations to the bat suit. Because finally a Batman figured out, maybe I should modify my cowl so I can turn my head.
Yep, this is the first Batman movie where he can turn his head. Also.
The only Batman to think about that. I mean, did we all not see the struggles Michael Keaton and Val Kilmer had to go through with I gotta make a full turn! Lord have mercy.
So let's go over the good. Or are we not done yet?
Oh no, we're not done. Remember how fantastic this cast was?
Yeah.
I mean, Eric Roberts as Salvatore Moroni.
The Master from Doctor Who, the movie.
Hey, and
another
he was
Doctor Who reference.
Very true. And don't forget, he was also the best of the best. But I like Eric Roberts in this. He definitely feels like that kind of sleazy mob boss.
Yep.
Though how that car accident was enough to kill him, I have no idea. Mm-hmm. But he was great. Mm-hmm. And and he's one of the few people where we legitimately see Batman take their bones. Mm-hmm. Batman, God, what was it? His knees? Was it his ankles? His tibia? I think half of his legs got taken by Batman by that fall. Mm-hmm. Nestor Carbonell as Mayor Anthony Garcia. Yeah. He was good. Monique Gabriella Curran as Anna Ramirez.
Yep.
She was good. Yeah, she was one of the more corrupt individuals.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to have her be Renee Montoya.
Yeah, well, they did that animated prequel beforehand, before The Dark Knight, where her character is two different. For the animated version, is different from her thing. The animated version of her in the precursor to this movie actually likes and respects Batman. Not this one.
Well, after your mother goes through a series of illness and you got to keep her in the hospital, so therefore you're desperate in trying to help pay for her medical bills, so you end up getting bought by the mob.
Yeah.
So therefore you got to make your allegiance, and therefore you got to hate Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why she had to face Harvey's coin flip.
But she survived.
Yeah, but she still got pistol whipped. She still got pistol whipped.
Who's left of the cast? Or are we?
Chin Han as Lau, the man who Batman literally kidnapped from China.
Yeah, in order to get burned alive with all the money by the Joker.
Yeah, he did die.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But I did like Lau.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that he was willing to play everyone just to make sure things, turned out well for himself. Well,
yeah, and only Joker knew.
Yeah, he knew that Lau was a rat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as for the television there, I know a rat when I see one.
Mm-hmm.
And there he is.
Yep.
And Anthony Michael Hall is
Michael Hall, since the Halloween Kills thing.
Yeah.
As a guy who hates Batman. A reporter who hates Batman.
Well, yeah, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least things turned out better for him this time than it did in Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
As far as we know. I don't think Joker killed him, did he?
I think it was one of the hostages they switched, pretending to be that the Joker's...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was one of the hostages made to look like goons.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Joker, sick joke.
Evil. Evil genius.
Yeah.
But why don't we go into the good?
Well, there's not much. There wasn't
that we haven't already said.
Yeah. The Batsuit was cool.
Yeah. The plot itself was fantastic.
Yep.
Everyone's acting was, well, with the exception of a couple lines by Maggie Gyllenhaal, was just peak perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Heath Ledger and Aaron Eckhart.
Yep. The fight scenes.
Oh, yeah. This is when Batman's at his best with the fight scenes. Definitely. Mm-hmm. We really get to see Batman do Batman stuff. And it's fun. Especially with the fact we get to see him use a lot more of the Batman gadgets.
Yeah.
When it comes to stopping criminals. We get to see Batman do some detective work. Mm-hmm. You know, with him getting the fingerprint from the bullet that had exploded.
Yep. Just didn't get the Joker's fingerprint.
True.
The cameo.
Oh, Lord have mercy, all the cameos. Joshua Hardo as Coleman Reese. Michael Jai White as Gamble. Colin McFarlane as Gillian B. Loeb.
Oh, yeah, he also from Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Who also dies.
Tom Tiny Lister Jr. as a prison inmate on the Blackgate Ferry when people were trying to figure out, are we crazy enough to blow up the other boat to save ourselves?
So it was really realistic. One of them would have done that. Just saying.
That's the sad thing about it. Yeah. But
it's only an unrealistic thing. Yeah, one of them would have blown out.
That's really messed up.
I know it's messed up, but
oh, William Fincher.
Yep.
As the Gotham National Bank manager that had a freaking shotgun ready. Mm-hmm. Holy! How many people have robbed the bank that he was ready for that?
A lot.
Well, it's Gotham. It's a bit dramatic. And we get to see Cillian Murphy as Scarecrow again.
Only for one scene.
Yeah.
First catching scene, getting caught scene.
Yeah. And also, once again, United States Senator Patrick Leahy as a party guest.
Mm-hmm. You get thrown in by the Joker.
Yeah. But this film was fantastic. I mean, we pretty much said the two bad things, Maggie Gyllenhaal's line delivery and the Batman voice.
Yeah.
That's all you can really say was bad.
So, I guess score time.
Why don't you go first?
And I give this a perfect score, 10 out of 10. I really liked everything in this movie, from the action and everything. It's one of my favorite Joker movies, along with 89 and the animated Return to Joker movie, which we'll get into in the future, hopefully. But this was one of my 3 favorite Joker movies in this.
Or are you forgetting about Mask of the Phantasm?
It's not really a joke. Well, he sort of comes in late.
Well, for me, just like the man right next to me said, perfect 10 out of 10. This film is fantastic. Anyone who hasn't seen it, go and see it. Anyone who has seen it, go ahead and watch it again. Mm-hmm. Because it's fantastic. It really is. This is one of the few films I actively went to go and see in theaters more than once. I love this film.
But you gotta think we're overrated. If you gotta think the movie's overrated, debate with us.
Which you're wrong.
Like I said, debate with us find us on Facebook, The Real Screen Team. Find us on YouTube, The Real Screen Team. Where else?
You can also find us on Reddit and on Instagram.
Like, definitely comment for the algorithm. And subscribe. We're trying to make it to 500 and hopefully another live stream.
And then it's on the road to 1,000 where we can get monetization for our videos. We'll start a Patreon where people can go ahead and ask for viewer suggestions. And we'll also make some special videos just for Patreon.
Mm-hmm. But before we go, we'll finally end our Christian Bale Batmanathon with the most infamous, The Dark Knight Rises.
Get ready for all the Bane voice.
Mm-hmm. So roll us out.
Well, thank you all for coming. Definitely come back and watch us again. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It definitely helps. Well, cut, print, that's a wrap.